So Discord! Discord is being lauded as this wonderful thing for, oh yeah, you get to have a community, you know, use it as a community hub, bring your audience together. As if a YouTube channel can't already do that, being an evergreen platform. But the idea here is, I think Discord's a bit overrated, and people should approach it with caution. If you feel the need to make a Discord because you think it's gonna grow your social media presences, you've got it backwards. Discord is the sort of thing people check out when they're curious enough about what you're doing to check it out. It's not something people are going to go out of their way to join unless they're already using Discord all the time in the first place. So you're limited demographics-wise. Probably the best example of this that I can give you is that, you know, I've had 2 run-ins with Ginny's audience now, and I actually went and looked through her Discord logs. Ginny's audience has actually brought up the video I did about her. Let's see here. Ginny's audience has brought up the video that I did about her twice now, and she has a huge audience of thousands of concurrent viewers. So, what has that done to my video, even though I'm not self-promoting? Let's see here, where is it? Feedback loops, YouTube playlists, and etc, etc, why I like Ginny TTY. The dislike brigade are people who dislike. Oh no, someone actually turned their dislike off. It's 4-3 now. Let's put Firefox on the screen. So here we are. We have feedback loops, YouTube playlists, and the PewDiePie effect. Why I like Ginny TTY. 120 views. Someone actually turned off their dislike. It was 4 and 4 earlier. Maybe someone like, oh, dislike, and then they actually listen to the points later, and they're like, whoa. So here's the thing. Even with being mentioned in a big streamers community, this isn't doing as well as some of the tech videos have done before. So it's not like Discord has all the discoverability in the world here. You're talking an enthusiast product. You're talking something that people have to want to use, and people have to understand in order to use it. So you're back to the problem of user-based conditioning all over again. So here's my introduction to Discord. When I first was introduced, my introduction to Discord was thinking it was just the latest voice chat program for playing MMOs, video games, raids, etc. So, and that's because Discord has existed before. Voice comms, there have been programs for that. Media embedding exists on Twitter, Facebook. You can make a blog and embed media. You could also embed media on forums and a text forum. Funny we mentioned that. So Discord's nothing groundbreaking. It's just taking stuff that people were already using and bringing it together under an app. So you have it on desktop, you have it on mobile, and you have all this stuff together in one place. It's like a one-stop shopping type thing. So, but in order for people to understand this, they have to actually get to try to use Discord. Another problem I have with Discord is a little bit of automation issues. So those people that were doing Discord ban speed runs, typing simp in Pokemon's Discord to get banned as quickly as possible, that's actually something that would not have happened on text forums and stuff. So that's a bit of a deterrent. So, all right. So Discord ain't all that. Quite frankly, it's overrated. Let's get into the discussion here. So we're talking about how we already mentioned, of course, it's nothing exciting. Now, let's talk about how someone who isn't already using Discord is going to start using Discord. And that is when they, number one, understand it, number two, see a compelling reason to do that. So here's my history with Discord. So I thought it was the latest TeamSpeak or Ventrilo. So previous gamer-focused programs were used for voice chat. So when I was first getting into online gaming in the 2000s with when I adopted broadband and stuff, it was TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak was everywhere. And this is the thing. We want to see Discord be around for several years before we start thinking it's some kind of de facto standard. So, because the predecessor programs that were at one point ubiquitous with gaming have all come and gone. They're considered outdated these days. Does anybody even still use them? So you had TeamSpeak, which gave way to Ventrilo, and there was like custom Ventrilo server hosting and all kinds of other stuff. Ventrilo was the last one that I used the most for World of Warcraft raids back when I was still doing raids around Wrath of the Lich King or so. Darn keyboard. So World of Warcraft, So we had Ventrilo and stuff back in the day. Now, when I first heard about Discord, I thought it was picking up where Ventrilo left off. And so I'm like, oh, it's just a voice chat thing for rating and stuff like that. And I used it for that, but it didn't click right away that the text part of Ventrilo was basically forums all over again. You make a user account and things actually pop up in real time. You don't have to refresh the browser. But it was essentially a forum meets media embedding meets this with, you know, the ability to control categories and stuff along those lines. So Discord, as far as I'm concerned, was the successor to Ventrilo, but I had to actually discover what it was in order to not think it was something less than what it was. So, to use Discord, I had to learn what it was versus the predecessors, and find it useful. So, these are the barriers to entry when it comes to user-based conditioning. Having to know what it is, what Discord is, equals barrier to entry due to user-based conditioning. And that's not to say that Discord is something completely new. It's not. It's taking stuff that previously existed and is bringing it all together. But here's the issue. Voice comms, forums, etc. were enthusiast. What do you want to call it? They were enthusiast things, so to speak, or landing pages, or quote, landing pages, or no, community hubs. I'm not talking web pages specifically here. And this is where we run into the problem with these people that are going around saying that starting a Discord is a way to grow your community on Twitch and YouTube, is because everything that Discord is has previously been some kind of enthusiast community. You had to be into something enough to want to add this on to your experience in order to use the predecessor services that have been brought together on Discord. So voice comms. If you didn't want to get clobbered in online gaming by people who had voice comms because you didn't, you wanted to hop on TeamSpeak or you wanted to hop on Ventrilo. Forums were traditionally fan forums. So, in my Morrowind days, you had the Elder Scrolls forums, and there was something special about posting on the Elder Scrolls forums, or the Morrowind Summit, or one of the other fan sites, or something along those lines. But posting on forums meant that you were really into something enough to want to do extra stuff related to it. So in the case of a video game, you wanted to do extra stuff related to the video game that wasn't the video game. So, all of these community hubs were enthusiasts before. So, why do we think that Discord... See, my history with Discord, potential adoption problems for creators with Discord. So that's the thing. Because everything that Discord is has traditionally been an enthusiast thing, you're talking smaller demographics. People have to decide they want to put in the effort to go off-platform. This idea that Discord grows you because it's a community hub for your community is false. And it flies in the face of stuff like, for example, when PewDiePie did his infamous Twitter comments experiment, where he disabled comments on all his videos and said, comments are over on my Twitter, follow me on Twitter to comment on what I'm doing. There was a huge drop-off in spam at the time and trolling because people didn't want to put in the effort. The people that would otherwise troll him in the comments section on YouTube didn't really feel like going to all the trouble to take things over to Twitter. So, when you have this need to do extra, it doesn't lend itself to people actually doing these kinds of things. So, when features of Discord are traditionally enthusiast in nature, that limits who ultimately uses them. That's the issue. What other points can I make about this? Save that as well. So here we go. We have a situation here where Discord is not something Discord is interesting if you're a gamer, but it's an add-on thing. If you have a YouTuber with a Discord, they have to like you enough to want to go over to the Discord before you'll head over there. And as we mentioned with the whole thing with Ginny, even when I've been made fun of by a bunch of people on her Discord, it hasn't done anything significant. I don't have that video going viral because of people saying I'm a boomer or an analyst, Andy, or he's not saying anything that we don't already know about, or he's wearing sunglasses indoors, ha ha ha. None of that is doing anywhere near the amount of negative publicity effects of something that people were upset about directly on YouTube. I've had videos where I've gotten made fun of for the exact same things that have gotten more views, more dislikes, and more nasty comments than what I've gotten because of Discord. So bottom line, Discord does not have a lot of crossover, specifically because the features are traditionally enthusiast. So smaller amounts of people are going to go to all the trouble to get involved with your Discord. So taking this to its logical conclusion, we can then say, do not depend on Discord to grow you as a content creator, or even give you as much publicity as more direct ways of doing so. So you mentioned the Ginny thing, and we're going off the edge here. There we go. Let's get that bullet point back on the screen. So we just got done talking about that, of course, and yeah, do not depend on Discord to grow you as a content creator, or even give you as much publicity as more direct ways of doing so. Because it's enthusiast, there's going to be less crossover specifically because of that. Because its components are enthusiast, the demographics and crossover are smaller. This also, by the way, is a direct counter to the self-promotion section thing. This is even more reason not to depend on self-promotion sections in other people's Discords for any serious growth as a content creator. How's that looking? Oh, okay, it is still showing it on the screen. That's good. So, I joked earlier about the self-promotion thing. I have a very unique take on self-promo. I don't spam I'm live links, or, okay, let's do the meme. Let's shut down the music and let's do the meme. We brought it up, self-promo Discord. Ready? All right, let's do this. I'm live! I'm live! I'm live! That's clippable. I could totally make a meme out of that now if I didn't already. But anyways. So, self-promotion sections in other people's Discords. I have not seen anybody spamming the heck out of those that has seen any serious growth. The affiliates are still very much affiliates. Things like that. If anything, it's an easy way to make yourself look like a spammer. And this is another reason for me to not spam I'm live links in self-promo sections. What I want to do, leave something over that people can check out while they're there and make the decision themselves as to whether they want to come watch what it is that I do. And it's got to be something good, and it's got to be something recent. So I might put something in there, but I'm curious if any of the Discords that I've done this with, the moderators have stopped scratching their heads about it and tried to figure out, why is he doing this? Because, number one, I don't want to just pester people to come watch what it is that I'm doing, especially if I'm doing stuff at the same time as the person who the Discord's about. So let's say, I was in S-Fan's Discord self-promo section, and I'm like, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. S-Fan has thousands of people watching him right now. Who the heck is gonna walk away from his recap or Boomer Month or whatever to come watch me? No. People have to make that decision on their own. And I don't think posting I'm live in some kind of self-promo section is ever gonna do that. Especially if the other creator's live too, and that's their Discord. So, The better use for that is to leave something where people can be introduced to what it is that you do, self-promote that way, and so you've given people something concrete as opposed to, please come check me out. You know, it just... Now, that was my attitude before we started looking at Discord under the hood like this, and it's only even more reinforced. Everything that Discord is bringing together is traditionally enthusiast features. People will not by default get involved in voice comms, media embedding, and a text forum unless they're really big fans of whatever the thing is all about. They're not going to make the leap. So, you're talking smaller groups of people, more enthusiast groups of people. It's a tougher sell from a marketer's perspective to even be successful with a self-promo section. That's why, you know, another reason why self-promo sections should be totally revamped. It should be like community creations or something. And so that way, see which of the people spamming "I'm live" can actually be bothered to put in the effort to put something together to introduce themselves via actions speak louder than words to whatever Discord community they're posting it in. So, what this has done is this has 100% created a situation where it has reinforced everything I already believed about self-promos not working and not being worth getting tied up in. Let me make this a bit smaller because the bullet points are going off the edge. Let's see here. Let's make that a tad smaller. I can just fix the margins on the slide after the fact. One last thing that we should probably mention. Oh, okay, never mind. We can just change the margins to move the bullet points back in. I mean, you can see them on the preview window. Whatever, man. The last thing we got to talk about is using Discord as a place to give out free stuff. This is where I hear people name drop Harris Heller with stream beats and things like that. Here's the problem with using Discord as a place for freebies. Let's see. With Discord freebies, existing issues with creators and freebies are exasperated. So what's the problem with freebies? The same problem as supermarkets, for example, that put too much stuff on sale, and people are just cleaning out the sale items and not buying anything with more of a markup. So this goes back even before all this internet stuff to radio. When radio freebies and radio giveaways, people had to drive to the station to pick up their prize, and it wasn't like, oh, we're going to wire you some tickets to go see blah blah at such and such. You know, for example, if you had something people had to drive to the station to pick up, it was infamous in those days that so many people would not actually show up to pick up their prize because they just couldn't be bothered to drive to a darn radio station. So nowadays when I hear radio promos like, yeah, caller number 7 receives 2 free tickets to see blah blah event at blah blah so and so, just give us some information over the phone so we can send these tickets to you. Far better system. The underlying behavior though is still the same. People are only showing up for the freebies. Now, when you bring Discord into everything, though, when Discord is your community hub for freebies and free stuff, you've just taken this and you've blown it up to 11. It's going to be way worse than it otherwise would be. Because you're talking voice comms for things like in-game events, raids, whatever, if you're playing a video game with some creator you like, media embeds, and a text forum. Why would you want to risk losing why would you use any of these if it meant that you could lose access to the freebies? All right, the problem with exclusive mechanical keyboards make you better at typing. No, they don't. You have to get better at typing yourself. The problem with exclusive Discord freebies is that demographics, again, good people have to weigh whether to take part in your community at all versus potentially losing access to the freebies. So the existing problem with channels growing off of freebies, creators growing their YouTube or Twitch off of freebies and giveaways. People start showing up for the freebies. Inevitably, that happens. And people get more into... more concise language, to be clear? Must. Let's try that. Is that good people must weigh whether to take part in your community at all. We should bold and italicize that versus potentially losing. So let's say you have an overly emotional moderator. Suppose you have a trigger-happy, so to speak, moderator who bans people at the tiniest little thing, or maybe not even a person. Maybe there's some automated system in there that you've put into your Discord that'll ban certain words that the community may not know about. And then suddenly, poof, you're banned. You lose access to these exclusive freebies. So if you're interested in the freebies, now you have even more of a reason to be a completely inactive member of this person's Discord community because you don't want to lose access to the free stuff. Or you have a sock puppet account or something else that you otherwise should not have. So, and this is the way I'm seeing Discord sold to people, like, yeah, have something on your Discord that people can't get anywhere else. Number one, you're talking enthusiast stuff here, so you already have that just by having a Discord at all, and anything that happens on Discord that doesn't happen anywhere else. Secondly, though, you've created this conflict of interest with the good people in your community because they're going to be quieter more often. I mean, the people that just want to troll and they don't care and they hate you and blah, 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 they're going to troll until they get banned and they're not going to care. Maybe come back with sock puppet accounts till they get IP banned, blah, blah, blah. This turns your community toxic because the good people will be more restrained because they don't want to risk losing access to the freebies. You see where I'm coming from with this? So that's probably the number one issue with trying to get people to come to a Discord and trying to just get people, oh yeah, the real fans follow me on Discord. By the way, I should probably answer the question. I do have a Discord, but it has nothing in it. I cannot for the life of me imagine how it would have any kind of concentrated coolness versus my Twitter. My Twitter is the combined feed. People can publicly view it. There is no depending upon any of the other stuff like that. I mean, I also have a community page on YouTube and all this other stuff. So there's ways to stay in touch with what it is that I'm doing that don't require putting an app on your phone, signing into something, and quite frankly, ending up with a Discord that would probably require a lot of moderation because I can't think of anything that I really want to have that's specific to Discord. I'm not hosting raids, I don't need voice comms. A forum would be 100% redundant to what it is that I do, and I've already had forums before. Pre-MultimediaJay. Long time ago, before any of this MultimediaJay stuff was ever a thing, I actually tried making a set of forums inspired by the Morrowind forums. Elder Scrolls forums nowadays. I was like, I got involved in the Morrowind forums, people come over, they talk about video games, it's a fun time, it's nice, and you know, it's cool and all. I'm gonna make one myself and talk about stuff I want to talk about. Nobody ever stopped by. I had a single friend from college post. That's it. Nothing. Because nobody had a reason to, they either didn't know that I had forums or they had no reason to go to them versus the already established Elder Scrolls forums or wherever else I was posting. Political, you know, talking about current events, any of this other stuff. There was no reason to go to my forums versus where I already was. Same exact problem as all these years later, all of these Twitch streamers that are going nuts in community in self-promotion sections in other people's Discords. Where's the reason for people to go watch you as opposed to the creator the Discord's already all about, who's probably bigger than you? That's why you're there, because they have a big community, you want to introduce yourself to that community, but that big community is already watching that person. Why should they have anything to do with you? What reason do you give? Especially when all you do is just, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. That's literally it. You've given them nothing. Zilch. You've just bugged them. You haven't even given them something to check out that represents what it is that you do. Nothing. Whoa, yeah. Don't destroy the mouse here. You've given them absolutely no reason to watch you. So, yeah, Discord is overrated. 100% overrated. The reason why we need to approach it with caution is we need to see if it becomes something that lasts for a long time. So, the final point I'd like to make about this Discord thing is this. Approach Discord with caution. Approach Discord with caution because, unlike Twitch and YouTube, we need to see if something like Discord has any longevity, because even though the components aren't new, the idea of one combined multi-platform program that does all of this is something new. Smiley face. It would be a MultimediaJay thing without smiley faces. So, I would not be an early adopter of Discord. Many of the bigger creators who have active Discords, it's not that the Discord is what made them a big creator. Chicken and egg. They had the audience first, and the Discord is where some of them hang out. It's that simple. And in some cases, what Discord represents, particularly the text chat, is something that potentially hurts how people view you. There are some discussions that I've seen, for example, on Ginny's Discord that don't seem to have anything whatsoever to do with anything that she's doing. It's just a bunch of people using Discord as a chat window, as a chat room, old school chat room. They're just talking about stuff. Sometimes the discussions get to the point where I wonder if anybody even watches her streams and videos. So you do have to go to her page once to get the link to the Discord, but sometimes it gets really off topic. So this thing where people are chit-chatting in the Discord and whatnot, sometimes it doesn't stay on topic. And as we saw with the situation where I got instantly called out when I tried to just joke about, haha, she's in Sweden this week, or whatever. Or haha, she went to Sweden from, after finishing up in Denmark. This is the sort of thing that could turn people away from being really involved in your chat, streams, what have you. If, for example, things are one way on Twitch and another way in your Discord. So we need to see if something like Discord has any long-term longevity, because the predecessor programs for voice comms, text forums have been around for decades. I don't know if, we could always theoretically have things just go back to that if people decide that voice comms combined with text forum isn't the best combination in the world. But at the very least, people will probably... And there's another thing to think about, too. If you want to use Discord for things like MMO raids or something like that, why would you put your access to voice comms on the line because you got banned because of something in the text part of it? See what I mean? It's kind of like the old analogy of, is a one-engine propeller plane or a two-engine propeller plane safer? And people thought about it, and some people said, probably the one-engine plane is safer, because if the engine fails, the plane crashes. But in a two-engine plane, if either of the engines fail, you have two engines now you have to maintain, and if either of them fails, the plane goes down. The analogy is, if you had a screaming baby on a plane, would you rather be behind one or in between two? So... And I'm wondering if all of these features being combined together is going to really work out in the long run. Because if you have people that maybe get too wound up about stuff on the text forum side, they get banned from voice comms. They get banned from voice comms because they got banned from the entire Discord. Then what? So, the product, Discord, is a question mark. It needs to get some longevity similar to Twitch and YouTube before we can start making it into the thing that so many creators and people trying to, be gurus to help creators. That kind of thing. We gotta see if Discord sticks around for a long period of time first. It's been around for a couple of years already. But I'd like to see how Discord develops in the next couple of years. Also, watch the financial health of the company and things along those lines. And most importantly, see what happens when more people start figuring out the stuff that I've just put in this slide. How's that for a quick discussion with no cold ones? I want to thank the folks for stopping by tonight who stopped by during the show. Social media is youtube.com/MultimediaJay, twitter.com/MultimediaJay, twitch.tv/MultimediaJay, and multimediajay.wordpress.com. Only about 42 minutes in this discussion, but I passed the challenge. No cold ones. Didn't need them. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.
257. MultimediaJay Radio Style.